Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan. I'm an antisocial book lover, and over here we just love everything books. We love book hauls, TBR videos, and just all around yapping about books. So if you're into that type of stuff, definitely stick around for this video and consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean a lot to little old me. Today is my November reading wrap up. So we're going to talk about the 9 books that I read in November. We'll talk about what I rated them, if I liked them, what I thought about them. So last month we picked my TBR for November using my TBR jar. It was my first month doing that, and we had some really good reads. I did pick 6 books for my November TBR that I was hoping I could read. So we're going to talk about whether I read my whole TBR or not. I'll let you guess and see if you think I read them all, but here are the 6 books that were on my November TBR, and I read 5 out of 6 of these books, okay? I read 5 out of 6 for a good reason, okay? Let me tell you. So the only book on my November TBR that I did not read was Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rorick, and this is because I saw so many people saying you have to read the Lady of Darkness series first before reading the series because it just hits more, they're interconnected. So I said, I'm not going to read that yet, but I did start the Lady of Darkness series so I could read this sooner. So we kind of did a switch off. So we didn't read all 6 books. We did read 5, but the reason I didn't read the 6th one, it was for a good reason, okay? And then I did in fact start the series that I need to read before reading Reign of Shadows and Endings. So I feel like that's good, okay? I feel like I can get away with that. Let's talk about the 6 books that I did read from my November TBR and then the 3 additional books that I just mood read. All right, so the first book that I read was God of Pain by Rena Kent, and I read that on my Kindle. I don't have the physical book of it yet, but I need to get it because I'm going to collect them all and have the whole series on my shelf. So yes, the first book that I read in November was God of Pain. This was not on my TBR because I was reading it already when I made my TBR video. So I finished God of Pain like the first couple days of November, and I have been absolutely loving the Legacy of God series. I'm really new to dark romance, so I didn't really know what I was getting into. I was kind of scared of it for a while, but once I started reading it, I was like, oh, actually I'm obsessed. Actually, I'm feral for this. So yes, I have been eating up every single book in this series. God of Malice was one of my favorite books that I've read this year. So I was really excited to just continue with the series. And I love God of Pain. God of Pain is not one that people really talk about a lot, but I really, really enjoyed it. I did like our MMC, which he's not really one of the Legacy of God's men that I hear about a lot, but I did really like him, and I really liked the storyline in this. I really liked the storyline between our MMC and our FMC. I thought that was like kind of deeper and more emotional, and I don't know, I just liked that plot line between them. So yeah, I really ate this book up. I mean, it has all the dark romance elements that you would love. And I actually end up rating this 5 stars because I don't know, when I get that 5-star feeling, I get that 5-star feeling, okay? Like I said, I'm just eating these books up. So if I'm that entranced in it and I'm feral for it and I'm eating it up and I'm just like loving it, giggling, having a great time, it's 5 stars. There was no reason to rate it any less. You know what I mean? It wasn't like groundbreaking, like so amazing, but it's just one of those like 5-star feeling, like 5-star vibes books. So yes, God of Pain, loved it, amazing. I'm eating the series up. I'm feral for it. 5 stars. Then after that, I went right into God of Wrath, which was on my November TBR. This is the 3rd book in the Legacy of God series. This, Jeremy Volkov, I've heard so much about this man from my fellow dark romance readers. I've heard so much about this man, and I did love him. Don't get me wrong, I did love him, but I still love Killian Carson more, okay? I'm sorry. He's my favorite so far. I've only read 3, but he is my favorite so far, okay? I feel like everyone loves Jeremy. I think a lot of people like Jeremy over Killian, but I still love Killian the best so far. So I did love him. I felt like I liked the storyline in God of Pain and God of Malice more than in God of Wrath. Like, I felt this one was a little bit more like, I don't know, like the connection between our FMC and our MMC in this book was a little bit more like sexually driven. I mean, they're all sexually driven, but I felt like this one was more. Like there was less emotions in it right away. I mean, there's like, it's emotions by the end, but they were both very driven off like, I don't know, like just physicalness right away, where I felt like in God of Pain and God of Malice, I don't know, I just felt like it was more emotional. There was more of an emotional connection sooner. And this one just felt more lusty, I guess. Though they're all lusty, but this one just, to me, I don't know, it was just giving the most lusty vibes. But I mean, all these books are very hot and sexy and hot and heavy, and I love them. And these men and the things they say and the things they do are just absolutely amazing. They make me feral. So yeah, I gave this one 4.5. Because like I said, I really liked it. I just like the storylines in the other two better, and I still love Killian Carson the best. I'm sorry. He is definitely one of my top dark romance men. He just is. I don't know. It's just something about a man diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder that is going to get me every time. Okay. Then I read Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This was also on my November TBR. Once again, I ate this book up. I love a werewolf romance. Like, I really do. The more that I read them, the more I realize that I really, really love them. And this book was very much so just like a very giggly, fun time. Like, this was so, I don't know how else to explain it, but like, I just had like a really fun, giggly time. Like, there were so many parts of this that I just was like kicking my feet and giggling. Like, that's this kind of book. I will say our MMC was kind of annoying me in the beginning. Like, I know the trope was like, oh, I'm trying to get her to like stay away from me or whatever, but it comes to a point where it felt like he was just being mean. Like when like the guy is mean to her, but it's like hot and like sexy and like mysterious. But for this one, like, I just felt like in the beginning when he was trying to be like, oh, stay away from me, like, I'm not interested in you like that. Like, I know it was for a reason, but it just felt mean. Like, it just, like, I felt like he was making her feel, like, pathetic or, like, making it seem like she was acting desperate. And I don't like that. So, I mean, by the, like, halfway point when he finally gave in to her, like, and stopped fighting that he wanted her, I mean, it was everything. It was so good. But just that beginning part, it was turning me off a little bit because I don't really like that. But other than that, this is just a really fun, giggly, paranormal romance vibe book. I did rate this a solid 4 stars. I mean, like I said, it wasn't like groundbreaking or anything, but when you have that much fun with a book, you're giggling, you're laughing, like, it's just giving you that giddy feeling. Like, it's a solid 4-star read. I love Ali Hazelwood. I really, really like her writing. Then we read The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is, once again, a book that was on my November TBR, so I checked it off. I did the audiobook for this. It is a thriller, and I feel like this book is just solidifying that I'm just not a thriller girly anymore. I feel like in the beginning of my reading journey, I was more of a thriller girly. Like, I was reading the Frida, I was reading the Lisa Jewell, like all that. It was just like easy. They are quick reads. You can fly through them. I'm realizing that's just like not my cup of tea anymore. I don't know. I did like, I will say, I really liked the twist at the end. For me, a thriller, like the twist is the biggest part. If I like the twist, then to me it's a good thriller. So I will say, I think this is a good thriller. I do. If you're a thriller girly, I think you would like it. If that's a genre you really enjoy, I think you would like it. I think that the twist was really good. I think I kind of started expecting it, but not really. So I did like the twist at the end. I did like the storyline. Thrillers just don't keep my attention. That's all it is. They just don't keep my attention enough. They just don't keep my attention. But like I said, there was a good storyline, a good plot point. You know, I really liked the twist. So I think it was a good thriller. If you're someone that likes them, you would probably like it. But for me, they just don't interest me. I end up rating this 3 stars. It was fine. Just thrillers were not for me. Then I read Broken Bonds by Jay Bree. This was once again on my November TBR. This took me a little bit to get into. So this is a Why Choose or this is a Why Choose reverse harem. I don't know. It's one girl and like a bunch of guys, okay? And you, in this world, like, you're bonded to a bunch of people. So it can be a girl bonded to a bunch of guys, guy bonded to a bunch of girls. Like, I don't know, it's all over the place. But in this situation, she is bonded to a bunch of guys, and she ends up running away from them, and it's like torture for them. They're, you know, all the guys that were bonded to her are like tortured, and just, it's very bad when you're not with your bonded. So it was very bad for them. They get back together, you know, she comes back, they're all together, and they're all mad at her. Like, they're all so mad. She won't tell them why she ran away, but she's pretty much saying, like, I ran away to save you guys. Like, I'm trying to save everyone. But she won't tell them why. They're all mad at her. There's like tension. There's, you know, they all want her because of this bond. Like, they all feel this like sexual and emotional attraction and bonds her because of this bond that they have, but they like won't give in because they're all mad at her. You know, they all have like different personalities and different ways that they're approaching it. Some of them are very nice to her, some are more forgiving, some are just like holding grudges, some are super mean, some are just standoffish. So yeah, I will say it took me a little bit to get into this one because I was very confused. Like, I understood the one girl, but then like, because there's like 5, I don't even know, I think there's like 5 guys, 4 or 5 guys. I was getting so confused about who's who. Like, they were saying all their names and all these things, and I was like, wait, which one's that? Which one? Like, I just couldn't keep them straight. But by the end of the book, it really sucked me in. By like, I don't know, by like halfway, I'll say by halfway through the book, I was really sucked in. I think I read like the last half of this book. Like, I just like binged the last half because I couldn't put it down. It was really, really good. So it took me a little bit to get into, just because all the names, I was like very confused. I'm like, who's who, what's going on, what's, you know, I was confused at first, but once we got like 50% in, I was very sucked in, very addicted, just loved it. I'm very excited to continue this series. I really want to hopefully read the second book maybe this month in December if I can. But yeah, this is definitely a series I want to continue. And I ended up rating this 4.5 stars. I had a really, really good time. The next 3 books I actually read on my Kindle. I don't have the physical copies of them. So the first book I read was Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Roerich. Like I said, I want to read this series before I read the Legacy series by her. So I decided to start that so I could, you know, just get a few books in at least. And this book very much, it gives me Throne of Glass vibes, like heavily. Our FMC is so alien coded, like it's crazy. I just feel like there are so many different plot points and things about these books that are so Throne of Glass vibe. So what else to say besides, like, I just feel like that's the type of book it is. Like, it's a Throne of Glass-esque book. Oh, it's so hard. I feel like right now this series is like a solid 4-star series for me. Like, every time I read one of the books, I'm like, okay, I like this, 4 stars. Like, that's just how I feel. It's just like 4 stars. I don't know. It's good, but it's not like, I just wish it could get to that next level. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the 3rd book now, and each time I read another book, I'm just like, yes, this is good. Like, it's good. It's 4 stars, but I kind of wish that there was something to bump it up to like that 4.5 or 5-star level for me. But it is a really good time. It's just like a really, I don't know, honestly, it's just, it's like watered down Throne of Glass for me, but I am enjoying it, and I give it 4 stars. The same thing with the second book in this story, Lady of Shadows. Once again, it's 4 stars for me. I feel like each of the books feels very similar. Like, obviously things are going on, but I feel like the story kind of goes in the same like order, the same direction. So once again, I give this one 4 stars as well. It's a good time. I'm just like really hoping that one of these books bumps it up to me, and there's something that can get me to that like 4.5 or 5-star vibe in the series. So another book that I read that was not on my November TBR, Heartless by Elsie Silver. I read this on my Kindle. I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to think I am not a cowboy romance girly. I read, I think, Wild Card, or which one? I read Wild Love by her, and then I read the first book in the Chestnut Spring series, which I think is Reckless. Was it Reckless? I don't know. Whatever one is the first one in the Chestnut Spring series. Both of them I was just like, like 3.5, like it didn't make me feel much. Like, I thought they were good, but like I didn't get the hype. This book made me get the hype. I got the hype all right, okay? Cade Cade made me understand the cowboy romance hype. I loved this man. I was giggling and kicking my feet so hard. I was like getting upset because I'm like, I don't understand the hype with Elsie Silver books, and I know there's some drama going on with her right now. So this is nothing about her. I'm just strictly talking about how I feel about the book that I read in November. But yes, I really liked this book. Cade was everything to me, and I really, really, really liked our FMC a lot. I loved Willa. I really, really liked her character, and like, I don't know, just reading about her, I was like, I want to be more like Willa. Like, I want to be more like Willa. So yes, I loved Cade. I loved Willa. This made me realize I do like cowboy romance books. I just have to read the right one. I just have to read the right one, and this is the right one for me. And I did, in fact, give this 5 stars. It was just such a good time. It gave me that 5-star feeling, giggling, kicking my feet. Chef's kiss, loved it. And the last book that I read was Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This was a book on my November TBR. I actually listened to the graphic audio while reading the physical book. So I did like an immersive read with the graphic audio, and then anytime I was like cleaning my house or driving in the car, I would listen to the audiobook. And this is one of the most unique books and stories I've ever read in my life. If you've read Red Rising, you know this is a sci-fi book. I've never read sci-fi before. I did not know what I was getting into, but this, for me, the world is very intricate. The world building, the things that happen, the names, there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of different science fiction objects and magic, like there's just so much in there. So it is a little confusing. It was confusing for me. Reading the graphic audio definitely helped me not be super confused, because if I was kind of like doing an immersive read and I came across a word or something that was happening, I was like, wait, was that? I would just Google it and then I would know what it is. So definitely if you're someone that kind of gets confused with books that aren't like so straightforward, this is pretty confusing, at least for me. At least for me, okay? It might not be confusing for you. Maybe my brain is just slower. It was a little confusing for me, but honestly, if you just like Google words that you don't know, or like, oh, who's this? Or what's that object mean? Or where's this place or whatever, just Google it and then you'll be fine. That's what I did. But yeah, this is such a unique and intricate story. Never read anything like it. The graphic audio was absolutely amazing. I will say, I don't think I would have been able to get as into this book if I didn't listen to the graphic audio, just because, like I said, it was confusing for me. There was times where I would just read the physical book. Like when I first started reading it, I read like a few pages of the physical copy and I was just like, wait, what is happening? What's going on? Like, I was so confused. So the graphic audio definitely helped me not be confused, definitely helped me stay really in the story, really immersed in the story, and I really loved it. And I don't think I would have felt that way if I didn't listen to the graphic audio while reading and do like an immersive read. So definitely 100,000% do advise you to listen to the graphic audio. If not, do an immersive read with the graphic audio. Overall, I gave this book a 5-star. I mean, anytime I read a book that is just so well thought out, so intricate, so unique, relevant to the real world, you know, so many like underlying tones and moral messages that connect to the real world and the times we're in. Like, I love those kinds of books. One of those, it's very emotional. Like literally, I wasn't even 50% in and I was like crying. My heart was ripped out. I felt so many things, or the things that Darrow goes through, especially in the beginning of this book. But yeah, it's just one of the most unique, interesting, intricate, well thought out stories I've ever read. And if you're someone who likes that and likes kind of heavily political books, which I'm starting to understand that I do. I do like books that really play into politics and have kind of a crossover to like, okay, I know this is a science fiction world and like they're on Mars, but a lot of these political problems and things and like moral compass things that a lot of these characters are going through are very relevant to the world today. So yeah, 5 stars, and I can't wait to keep reading this. I'm going to read more of this series in December, definitely. Okay guys, so those were the 9 books that I read in November. I hoped you liked listening to me yap about all the books that I read. I feel like I had a really good time in November, and I started some really good series that I'm super excited to continue, so that's always fun. If you enjoyed this video, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. I would love for you to become a part of my little community over here and continue to listen to me yap about books. If you made it through the whole video, drop your favorite book that you read in November in the comments so I can add it to my TBR and read it as soon as possible, because I want to know what books you guys are reading and what you guys are loving. So yes, comment what book you read in November that was your favorite. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!